Happy Friday. I hope 2022 is treating you well and that you're having an awesome start to the year. I am going to be talking about our feet today. That is my theme for January. I am going to be going through the whole body, starting with our feet as our foundation. And today I thought I would just talk a little bit about taking care of our feet. Um, I know that many of us have foot issues. It is actually super common. I think the data shows that I think it's 7 out of 10 people in their lifetime will have some foot issue, whether it's plantar fasciitis or metatarsia or bunions or just some type of foot issue. So I thought that it would be useful for us to spend a little time thinking about our feet, thinking about our relationship to our feet, thinking about if we love our feet, do we take care of them, to start out our year on the proper foundation. So again, in my weekly Tuesday Healing Power of Yoga classes, we are focusing on the feet for the whole of January. So as always, you are welcome to join my class. So firstly, have you ever thought about your relationship with your feet? I know for me, growing up, I wasn't too happy with my feet. I always thought my feet were too wide. You know, in Jamaica, how we talk about people having yam foot. I think somebody told me that I had a yam foot one time, and I wasn't. I was somewhat traumatized. I always thought my feet were not attractive. So I think that that started my not so healthy relationship with my feet, although it's much better now. And then secondly, you know, when you are growing up as a teenager, a young adult, we tend to want to be tall. We're taught that being tall is a positive attribute or characteristic. And when you're 5'2", like me, you know, obviously wearing high heels will help that. So I wore high heels for many, 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 many years, way more years than I probably should have. And I know, as you know, there is lots of social pressure on women to wear high heels to, you know, whether it's because we think it looks attractive or, you know, it's sexy, or, you know, men like to see women in high heels, or for whatever the reason is, we do wear heels a lot. And, you know, not to mention the pointy front part of the shoe, the toe box, I think it's called. You know, most women's shoes are designed like that. High heels, toe boxes. It's really actually quite difficult to find shoes that are, you know, not hideously ugly, that are healthy to wear. So, you know, all of these factors contribute to health issues with our feet. So, just talking about, you know, some tips as to what we can be doing to take care of our feet. So the first one, obviously, is to think about your shoes. Are you wearing, you know, one, the right size, good fitting shoes? Are you wearing shoes that are, you know, of course, if we like heels, we want to wear heels. I think up to 2 inches is generally okay, but we want to make sure that they're comfortable. We want to make sure that they're hopefully not too pointy, because, you know, as we know, our feet are not shaped like this. I mean, I don't know who came up with the idea that our feet were a triangle at the top. And I could go on and on ranting and raving about how women's feet or women's shoes are not designed for our feet. So yes, so key. Try not to wear heels that are too high. Obviously, once in a while is fine. Every single day, not so much, not so fine. I personally wore very high shoes for probably 15 years of my life when I was working in the corporate world, and consequently I have foot issues, I have knee issues, I have hip issues, and I think probably a lot of those issues are related to my wearing high heels for many years, all day, every day. So I would you know, suggest that you look at the types of shoes that you have. Right now, there's probably 10 pairs of shoes in my cupboard that need to be thrown out. And I just have not gotten, you know, I have not been able to bring myself to throw them out yet, because I think maybe one day I will be able to wear them again, although that's highly unlikely. So the second thing is, there's been this debate in the research that I've been doing about the benefits of walking barefoot versus walking with shoes with arch supports. And I checked with our resident physical therapy, and she clarified for me that if you don't have any biomechanical issues with your feet, walking barefoot is actually very good for you. It strengthens the feet, it stretches them out. So walking barefoot, as much as you can, is actually quite good for the feet. Although if you do have some kind of misalignment or problems with the mechanics of your feet, you might want to be not walking barefoot and wearing shoes that have some type of arch support. Again, I am not a podiatrist or a doctor. I am just giving you the benefit of my experience and the research that I have done. Sandals. Sandals is another type of shoe that I've always wondered how good they are for feet. And I only recently learned, maybe in the last year or so, that wearing flip-flops and wearing totally flat sandals are actually not very good for the feet, especially if you have any kind of foot issue going on. And, us in the Caribbean, or at least in Jamaica, we wear a lot of flat shoes, we wear a lot of flat sandals, we wear a lot of flip-flops, which generally speaking is not good for your feet. As I understand it, no matter what is going on with your feet, flip-flops and flat sandals are really not great. So again, look at the shoes you're wearing, look at how they fit, look at whether they support you, look at how you feel. Generally, you can tell by how you feel in the shoes, how you feel in your whole body, depending on the type of shoe you're wearing. So that would be my first suggestion to consider. The second thing is clearly strengthening the feet, stretching the feet is important, just as it would be for any other muscle or any other part of the body. So the feet have like 52 different bones in them, which apparently quarter of all the bones in the body are in the feet. So lots of muscles, lots of tendons, lots of bones. Feet are super delicate, but have to do a lot of work. So we want to make sure we keep them strong and healthy. And next week, I'm actually going to show you some foot exercises that we can do to keep our feet strong and healthy. So that would be the second thing that we want to be doing as much as we can, strengthening the feet, keeping them nice, strong, and flexible. Thirdly, weight. Weight does impact our foot health. If we are significantly overweight, we are going to be putting more pressure on all those small bones of the feet. So if you are having foot pain, clearly that would be something to look at, is if you're overweight, that could be contributing to the pain in your feet. And then lastly, how do your feet connect to the earth? Are you balanced on all four corners of your foot when you are standing? In yoga, we talk about being balanced on all four corners of the feet all the time. You want to be aware if you're pronating, if you're on the outer edge, or if you're on your inner edge. And again, if you tend to be too much one way or the other, that can contribute to foot issues, that can contribute to foot pain. I'm not even going to talk about things like your arches and your general, the general design and biomechanics of your feet. That is way above my pay grade. But certainly in terms of how you're connecting with the floor, whether your feet are balanced on all four corners, that will also make a difference. So I just wanted to touch on some of these things today. I'm going to be talking more about this as we go along. I also wanted to refer you to Susie Foreman's company, which is called Gait Tech. She specializes in foot issues. She specializes in orthotics. I'm going to ask her to maybe come talk to us again about the feet, but you can also just check out her website. So if there are no questions, oh, hi, I didn't even see you guys there. Hey, Juliet, roach killers. Yes, exactly, roach killers. I don't know why we wanted to wear those, why we ever wore those when we were growing up. The awful Spanish leather shoes. Yes, Pat. Hi. Yes, flip-flops are the worst shoes ever. Yes, I know. And I still have flip-flops in my cupboard. I'm ashamed to admit I need to throw them out. Um, I remember the Spanish leather shoes. I can't remember exactly how they were. I think they came in all kind of different colors. There were pumps, right? I think there was a certain kind of pump. I can't exactly remember, but they were 30 years ago. They had every color with heel heights variable. Yes, I remember them. I think I had quite a few pairs of Spanish leather shoes. I remember that brand as you said it. As you said it, I remember them. But yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do to get shoe manufacturers to make shoes that fit our feet. Actually, I should mention that my niece is working for a French company, Mephisto, which makes therapeutic shoes, which are actually quite attractive. I just ordered two pairs from her. They're not cheap. They're like a more attractive version of Birkenstocks. I will put the link to that company underneath in the comments as well. So when I go home, I will check and see how comfortable they are, and I will get back to you and let you know. So the company is Mephisto, Mephisto. You can check them out. But from the shoes that I've seen, they look pretty good. And they're supposed to be, like I said, supportive, like as a Birkenstock would be. So I don't know if you guys have any other questions. Yes, I will. Um, I will share some more information on that. And if you also have any information or any shoes that work for you in terms of brands, styles, please, we could share. I really am, challenged to find somewhat attractive shoes that are also good for our feet. So I think if somebody came up with, created a brand of shoes that were attractive and good for our feet and affordable, because some of these shoes are really ridiculously expensive, I think that they would make a lot of money. So thank you for joining, Pat. Ergonomic stuff in style now. Oh, you wear bionic. Never heard of that one. Yes. True ergonomic stuff is in style now. So hopefully they will um, expand the range of shoe options that we can, that are affordable, because I think the price is an issue sometimes with these shoes. Um, All right, ladies. Thank you so much for joining me. Thanks, Pat. Good to talk to you again. Thanks, Juliet, for joining. And next week, I'm going to be showing some exercises that we can do to strengthen our feet, keep them nice and flexible. But in the meanwhile, have a good weekend, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.